All right, welcome back, everybody. Today is Thursday, May 29th, 2025, and it's been a pretty crazy last few days, to say the least. If you heard the news last night, yeah, no Wall Street gif yet, but yeah, right now it's getting a little scary up here. I'm not gonna lie. If right off the bat we're looking at the SPY, I hope you're all looking with me at some degree, whether you have your chart up or your notebook. You should all have a notebook for trading, by the way. But right now, what do you guys see that sticks out? I see the SPY in the same range the last 3 days, but our BX trender is telling us the selling pressure is coming in. So we just want to be cautious, as we do have the rest of this gap here. Let me fix that. Just under the 200 MA, like I've been saying for the last 2-3 weeks. I'm expecting it to come down. It basically did come down close to it. It came to 576. So, I mean, we'll see if it comes back down, fills the rest of this gap in the next week or two. That's kind of what I'm expecting. If we do make another high, though, obviously it's a different story. I mean, we're pretty close to all-time highs, but right now, short term, just keep the daily open, guys. Just make sure you're watching it, because, it's just telling us we got to be careful. So, SPY, QQQ, pretty much same. QQQ didn't go as near to the 200 MA, but it did leave the remainder of this gap open. Let me fix that. Ooh. So we have this gap here and the daily market buy. So again, these two are looking pretty similar. Let's look at Berkshire. Berkshire just flipped green on the daily. Not bad, huh? But it might reject this level. We'll see. Because Berkshire has just been on a tear, as you could see. Let's go to the Maggies. Market waiting for more info before the next move. Well, here's the thing, guys. So the reciprocal tariffs from April, not the ones in March. The ones in March were different. The reciprocal tariffs were under IEEPA emergency International Economic something Powers Act, some bullshit. But I've been dealing with it at work for fucking 3 months, and it's just stuck in my head. So basically, the IEEPA, the president can declare an emergency and just bypass everything and apply the tariffs immediately. So what the court is saying is that he can't do it as can't declare this as an emergency. But obviously, they appealed it, and they're granted the appeal, so the reciprocals are staying. So nothing matters until that 90-day window is up and we have some non-temporary permanent trade deals. Okay? All this other noise from now, at the end of May, I'm talking to you, for the next month, the entirety of June, no bullshit, don't fall for any of it. Just all that matters is the 90-day window. What up, Delarios? So yeah, tariffs are all to scare people and just to raid stops, guys. Tariffs are a negotiation tactic, and it's completely normal. Could be. It could definitely be a red June, because usually May is a good month for the S&P, but I mean, it's just been absolutely on a tear. I mean, you're talking from 550 to almost 600 now on the SPY in 1 month. Guys, you got to realize how quickly this V-shaped rally happened. Like, this was literally a month and a half, and we're almost back to all-time highs. We're back to where we were in November. So, just understand how quickly we've come up here. So, obviously, Apple would benefit from the reciprocals, but obviously, we don't know what's going to happen. So, if you're buying Apple, you want to do it slow. But this is definitely one of the best Mag 7s to buy. The daily is starting to correct itself. You guys see? We have 2 days in a row now with higher lows, higher highs. So we want to see that continue. The weekly also correcting itself. You guys see here, higher than last week. So tomorrow's close on Apple will be important. Keep an eye on that. Write that down, whatever you got to do. Put it in your trading plan. I wouldn't even trade tomorrow if I were you guys, honestly, because for trading on Fridays is all fucking just bullshit. But anyway, let's go to Amazon. Apple, keep an eye. It's trying to gain a leg. Amazon weekly is still looking beautiful. Amazon looks really good from a weekly. But again, there still is this open gap right around 193, 196. So, again, when we go to the daily, similar to the QQQ and the SPY, the daily BX trender is giving us signals here. Even though price went up today to 209, we had a red BX on the daily. So let's keep that in mind. Amazon is sitting right at the 200 MA. So we'll see if it can find a leg over here between 195 and 205-ish. This area I expect it to gain some leg, but we'll see. So weekly is fine. Just if you're in a short-term position, just be careful. Nvidia, obviously, good earnings. Revenues are ridiculous. I mean, it's just absolutely insane, this company, what they're doing. Daily is okay on Nvidia. Finally, it's trying to correct itself. It's not green yet, which is interesting because, we had some sell pressure coming in this last week. I did sell most of my Nvidia around 134, so I don't really care about not timing the top. I made a lot of money. So now we just got to wait. Nvidia on the weekly is still fine. But again, similar situation. It's got gaps to the downside. And it just, this is a pretty big liquidity zone on a weekly time frame. And we're pretty much in it now. So we could reject this. I do expect it to reject at some point and do some support testing. Because all the weekends got to get shaken out before the next move higher. Or else there wouldn't be a move higher because that's how the stock market works. It's player versus player. So, Nvidia daily is looking okay. It's trying to correct itself like Apple. So keep an eye on it. Let's go to Meta. Meta still not looking good, boys. Not looking good. It tried to correct itself on Tuesday when we had that big day. But I don't know, man. Meta, I would stay away for now. Just sit on your hands. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly still fine, but daily signals downside. And that's pretty much going to be the case for most of these Mag 7s, You guys, I'm sure, are noticing a pattern. I'm saying the same shit over and over again for the last 10 minutes. So, just we gotta stay nimble, stay grounded, really. We're not invincible. So Tesla, I don't know what the hell it's going to do. I really don't. The RSI has been above 60 for almost 3 weeks now. It's absolutely insane since 330. And I did warn that the RSI could stay high. I don't know if you guys remember that, but yeah, Dragon, definitely bullish on Apple long term. Within the next, however many months, it'll recover to 230 plus easily. So, yeah, Tesla, we just got to see because it's getting really tricky here. From my metrics, stochastic on the 1 hour was we lost it under 60, so that's one of my requirements. So it's looking a little weak right now. If we lose 350, 352 area tomorrow, we might see some support testing down here in the low 340s. I think it's very possible. But again, it's Tesla, and it could also rip your face off. So, you got to just, what's that saying? Got to take everything with a grain of salt or whatever it's called. But yeah, weekly on Tesla, still fine. But, it's getting interesting. Obviously, since the lows, since I joined this Discord, basically I was trying to instruct everybody during all this turmoil that we were at the weekly 200 MA, under it for a certain amount of time. Like, it was an absolute slam dunk buy, and I couldn't scream it any louder. If you listened to me, congratulations. If you didn't, it's all right, but next time, follow the system. So Tesla, we'll see. Tomorrow, if it does lose 350, 352 area, I'm expecting it to flush a little bit more. But again, only the price action will tell us what's going to happen. But, these are my fib levels. So if we do close the week above this 358 weekly fib level, I'm definitely expecting a run to 410 at least. So tomorrow's weekly close is important also for that aspect, because if we do close, I think it's which fib is this? It is the 618. Yeah, so the 618 fib on the weekly right now is in jeopardy. But again, we have to wait and let the price tell us what is going to happen. And sometimes it's tricky, but most of the time it's really not. It's, it's really just player versus player at the end of the day, So, yeah, Nova, you'll get it, bro. Always be patient on Tesla. Never chase it, because you'll be bag holding for 2 months. I've been there, done that in 2021, 2022. So, Microsoft, I mean, I don't know when this thing is going to start to curl over. Probably soon. But we've just been seeing since last Tuesday, well, actually last Thursday, the BX trend on the daily started to go. So Microsoft is really trying its hardest to hold. Notice how it's just staying in this range. It's not really, breaking out per se. Like, it's just steady. But even on the 4-hour chart, like, the BX has been pretty much shit since the gap up. So just keep an eye, because it's only a matter of time before this move comes down to at least the 200 MA on Microsoft, in my opinion. I think it would be very healthy, and I think it would be a great buy. So Microsoft on the daily, watch out. Similar situation to pretty much everything else. The weekly still looks absolutely beautiful since we saw the higher low in beginning of April. I do wish I bought some long term, but I didn't. But just goes to show you how powerful this indicator can be on the weekly. Combined with the daily RSI, and if you use stochastic and any other thing, you don't need too many, but it's powerful, man. It's powerful stuff. So let's look at Google. Google's alright. I mean, it's alright. It's not bad. It's trying to break out still, but we have a lower high on the daily, so just keep that in mind. So we want to see some follow through, right? So again, keep an eye on it. Write it down if you have a journal. Everyone should have some type of trading journal to hold yourself accountable. I don't care what your opinion is of it, you should have that. So yeah, Google still looking all right. Just watch the daily. Obviously, with everything else, the weekly is fine. And just be careful, guys, when you're trading in this type of environment. And when in the Biden administration, the market literally just went up and reversed in one direction. Like, it was literally the easiest fucking uptrend I've ever seen, and the easiest downtrend. So you look here, since Trump's elected over here, we had a nice rip, come down, and a V shape, pretty much quicker than COVID. If you go, let me make this bigger. If you guys go to COVID, right here, COVID crash, and you look at now, I mean, it's just generational. And I could pull up the BX trender during COVID as well. Same exact philosophy. It literally bottomed in March/April, just like we did here, and the weekly BX trender started to go. And it didn't look back for almost a year and a half. Like, literally. Up to end of September, and then just kept ripping. So, you guys see it. The proof's in the pudding right here. You know? So, this really has been an insane recovery. Like, I have never seen any recovery like this in this speed. So, again, trim your positions, take profit, be smart. If you lost money this week, move the fuck on. Hopefully it was within your, within your reach of a loss and not holding a bad position or averaging down on a bad position. Because again, like I explained in the beginning of the video, we're all human. We don't want to be wrong. But in trading, it's really just risk reward. Because the best traders that I know are amazing at losing. And that's really what it comes down to. So, for me, I keep my risk at max 1 to 2% of my entire account. So I will have to lose 100 times in a row to blow up my account. It's that simple. So, if you guys have any individual names you want to look at, let me know. Drop them. Any questions at all? Feel free. Avgo, I'm guessing, Dragon, not Abgo. What is Abgo? Oh, wait. ABGO? Yeah, Avgo, I was going to say. All right, so Broadcom, here's another one that I probably should be looking at every week because this is up there with Taiwan Semi as far as blue chips and everything. It's not a Mag 7, obviously, but it's pretty important to the Mag 7, I should say. So, I mean, this is just ridiculous, guys. Absolutely. It's just crazy. So the weekly's fine, right? Daily's probably similar to the rest of this industry. Actually, it's not too bad. Not too bad. It's trying to flip green. But again, don't chase here. Just try to be smart. And yeah, we don't want to chase. Hymns. Let's take a look at hymns. I don't know why my Mac is so slow. Because I didn't buy the $5,000 one. They want me to buy the $5,000 Mac. Alright, so hymns are still no good. Let it come down. Weekly. Ooh. Yikes. Not looking good. I gotta show my brother this actually when I get off of it. Damn, the weekly is starting to come down as we expected. So I'm expecting it to come into the 30s on hymns over the next month or so. Tomorrow, obviously, the weekly will close, so we'll have more confirmation. But right now, hymns is looking a little weak. ARM. What is stock indicator measure and how do you read it? Good question. So it's basically like a momentum oscillator, and it compares the closing price to whatever settings you put, similar to the BX trender, like how I've tested it. And basically, with my settings at 21.13 for stochastic, below 20 is very, very oversold, no momentum at all. It's not like an RSI. It's basically telling you momentum as well. So you only want to buy things that are stochastic 50 to 60 or above. And when it starts to get to 90, it's kind of a signal where it's okay, this thing is ripping. But just be careful at all times. But it's good it's just to help with exits and entries, Delarios. EC, also just curious, any China names? Nah, I'm not looking at... Fuck China, bro. I mean, it's just like... How do I say this? I was literally talking about it to somebody. Hold on. What did I say? Where the hell is it? I can't find it. But basically, they're in their own rules. They don't play by the U.S. rules. They can't expand. They can barely grow. They're only allowed certain amount of things. Like, it's just, I don't want to invest in that type of communist economy. Like, it's just not right. Like, and that's kind of where, like, the tariffs come to play, because let's say one of you designs a product, right? Any product that you could think of, and you're doing great. You got, 30% margins. You're selling, and then a year later, out comes a Temu or whatever from China at 40% cheaper, selling in America, not abiding by America's legislation, and just absolutely destroying and hurting entrepreneurs here. So, you gotta be careful, guys, with China. I mean, I'm sure, like, if we look at Baba, like, I'm sure Baba will recover eventually, but, like, I don't know. It's just tough. Like, for me to tell you to invest in China, it's tough. NVIDIA, we'll take a look at NVIDIA again. Obviously, it had a ridiculous run, so if you're not in NVIDIA, I would not chase at these levels. Definitely don't chase. Ooh, I have too many indicators on, even though I pay $200 a year. But yeah, NVIDIA, I'm like I said, on the daily, the weekly's still fine, but on the daily, just allow this to correct itself. Just wait for the daily, because right now it's a bunch of chop as far as selling pressure. We don't know if it's going to hold this leg. I mean, just looking at the daily chart, it looks like a sell to me, like short term over the next couple of weeks. Just be patient, guys. We're about 15 points above the 200 MA. So we got to be smart. Anything else specific you guys want to see? Just let me know. Oh, ARM, sorry. ARM. I don't know why my Mac is so slow today. What did I do to it? I don't know. I literally did nothing to it. All right. So, ARM. All good, Tokas. I'll go over it. ARM, daily's not good. It's coming down into the market bias. It rejected from the 200 MA. Right off the bat, I mean, I would just give this some time. ARM, I want under 120. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's rejecting the weekly market bias here. It could come down even a bit lower. I mean, sub 120 maybe for a quick rip. I mean, maybe this low you could target. Maybe this area right here. Set a plan and stick to it. But right now, just wait for the daily BX. You should not be entering until this is telling you to. And again, it's not going to be right 100% of the time, like I've said, but it's right a lot of the times. And if you keep your risk tight, you will be successful. It's that simple, guys. You got to keep it tight. So, just let me know if you guys need anything else. Oh, look at the weekly, actually, on ARM. I forgot that. Tolka said Tesla and Qs. Weekly still fine on ARM. Just allow some room. And that's pretty much I should name the title of this video that, because that's pretty much the scenario for everything, really. Except for Google. Google's still green, but QQQ daily, bad. Really bad. So, weekly, still fine, but we gotta allow, some downside. We gotta allow the possibility, because it's very possible. And Toka, you said Tesla's being very, very tricky right now. So just be careful. The BX is still unsure. The weekly's fine. But, I hope it does rip higher. But we got to wait and see. Tomorrow's going to be important, because we got to hold 350. If it flushes 350 tomorrow, it's not going to be good, guys. It's not going to be good. I think probably low 340s over here will be an area of interest. Maybe I'll go on the 1 hour quick. But if you are short Tesla, you're looking to cover at least half of your position here. I would say at least more than half. If it does flush and come into this area, that is where you should cover and look to go long. Barring the daily is good. Obviously, you're waiting for the daily. You don't swing anything without the daily. Not brave enough to short. It's all right. It took me a couple of years to finally have the balls to short Tesla. I'm actually up $3,000 right now on Tesla Q, which I probably should trim. I didn't post it in DG Call because I don't. There's certain trades I don't want people taking, and I don't think that they should be, because I know some people will size it wrong. Like me and Nova were talking about last week. You just gotta really, really focus in on size and risk, because if you learn to risk 1 to 4% of your account per trade. I do 1 to 2, but depending on options, you have to adjust. But you will survive. Max 7 are better to long in general, usually. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, if you were buying Tesla when I was screaming it, and I know I was new to this Discord, but I pretty much came in here guns blazing at the end of March. I was like, guys, you gotta get this shit. You gotta get this shit, because, these moves don't come often on a weekly time frame, and we were very fortunate enough. A lot of us caught it, So now if you feel the FOMO, just wait. There's no reason to do anything stupid. Yes, Silent Ghost. Tesla is a very crazy stock. I've been tracking it for years. But if you notice, over here, Silent Ghost, the PE ratio on Tesla in 2021, does anybody know what it was up here in end of 2021? It was 1,300 PE. And now Tesla's sitting at around 150, something like that. Maybe a little bit more. I haven't looked at it. What's the PE? I can't even see. Where the hell is it? All right, TradingView doesn't even tell me. But yeah, if you guys notice, Tesla's basically been in the same range for almost 5 years. So, if you see the opportunity like I do, if you know, you know. And that's really all I have to say about that. But real quick, I'll show you the monthly, because I try to explain this to people. So from 2013 all the way up until Tesla basically almost died before they could turn a profit, they were in, and this is a monthly chart, guys, monthly chart. Tesla was in this range for 5 years. And then it created another leg, and it stayed in this range, came back down, looked like it was about to die and roll over. And then it just, well, you guys know the rest. It just destroyed anybody in its path. And here we are again from 2020 basically to now. We are in this range. So hopefully you guys are getting the picture, because this is how it moves. So if you're patient, You're going to catch this move to 1,000, guys. Like, I'm telling you. Minimum 700 by 2027. So, and you could argue with me about the declining sales and all that, but in 10 to 15 years, cars are literally going to be like 20 to 40% max of Tesla's revenue. Like, it's going to be a quarter, between a quarter to half of the revenue. It's not going to be a car company. And again, if you know, you know. If you don't, you have to do more research, because this is the most innovative company on earth at the end of the day, with humanoids and autonomous cars. We have the service starting next week in Austin, Texas, so that's going to be exciting. But again, they're starting small. They're starting with like 20 cars, and then they're going to scale up. Again, they could start with 10,000 cars, but it's not really a smart thing to do. And that's really what I've been saying for the last 4 or 5 years. Like, once Tesla does flip the switch, and have autonomy, countrywide, worldwide, that's it. It's it, guys. Like, let's say you're talking $1 per mile revenue. If you buy a car for $30,000, $40,000, that can make you your money back in 1 year, just by letting it go do rides for you, or whatever. So, again, Wall Street wants the best, not the first, and Waymo is doing great. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, Waymo does not have the cash or the scale and scope like Tesla does, because, again, overnight, there's going to be millions of cars that have the capability of being an autonomous taxi. Not everybody is going to put their personal car into the service. I fully understand that. I'm sure maybe you guys wouldn't either. But it's just, this is revolutionary company, and they got a lot of cash on hand. So if you're patient and you got balls, you could hold this. This is going to be the investment for the ages. So with that being said, I don't want to bore you guys anymore. If you have any last minute questions, just let me know. Rivian, the power energy business underrated, not talked about enough. Yeah, you see, renewable energy is going to fuel the future of AI. At the end of the day, you can't have, you're capped, to how many GPUs you can run if you don't have the energy and the electricity. It's monumental amounts of electricity. So, again, it is very underrated. Nova, that's really what it's going to be. It's starting next week, or 2 weeks, whatever. Rivian's still not turning a profit, Delirios. If you want to wait it out, I'm rooting for Rivian, but to me, there is only one EV king right now. Obviously, BYD is a great company, but they aren't pure EV. They are BEVs, so they have hybrid cars also. And they're also pieces of shit. Rivian, yeah, I missed that move. We could take a look at Rivian real quick. I'm about to go eat dinner after this, though. I'm getting hungry, guys. It's already 8 o'clock. I'm supposed to be fasting after 8 o'clock, so I got to scarf down my dinner. But another long day. What can you do? Life is life. And we move on. Yeah, those vans, I actually was just on a run. I was literally just running outside, and I ran past one. The guy was, looking at me. He thought I was probably about to try to steal it or some shit. I was like, nah, bro, I'm just putting in work. But, all right, how many people are in here? 11? 10 people? Well, let's see who can tell me what's wrong with Rivian right now. Yes, sir. Lower low. Well, lower high, I should say. Yeah, lower high. If we get another lower low on the BX Trender, you guys see it right here. So last week we closed higher on the BX, and then this week, not looking good. So, yes, Veals, it's very choppy, but we want to also pay attention to the weekly BX Trender, which is very, very powerful. Obviously, the daily is good for swings and all that. but it's shorter term. We want to look at the weekly for any confluence in our decisions. So, Rivian, not looking good. And HIMS as well. As I said about 20 minutes ago, my Mac is so slow today. I don't know why. All right, so same thing. HIMS, weekly. Lower high. Not looking good. So, and yeah, it's pretty much a double top on a weekly time frame, which is very powerful. Yeah, I did QQQ. QQQ and SPY are pretty much the same thing, guys. So on the daily, it's not good. It's not looking good. Just forgive my Mac. It's literally, I don't know what's going on with it today. Oh, like, it's so annoying. All right. So like I said, QQQ and SPY on the daily are not good. They haven't been good for almost a week now. Pretty much, actually 8 days, yeah. So we flipped the red a week ago. Yes, we did chop in this range a little bit. We made another high today. But just got to be careful. And this is the same thing on SPY. The weekly's still fine, but we want to watch the daily. Because, again, we're above the 200 MA. And we want to allow ourselves to be able to not get killed if the market does come down to back to the 200 MA here. And it shouldn't. You should not be in that situation. If you are in that situation, you're letting your emotions get the best of you and you're not sitting back every week like we do here and wait. So if you could teach yourself the mental strength and the mental discipline to wait and be patient, you guys are going to make a lot of money over the next couple of years, and you won't need me. So I hope you all outperform me in the future. I really do. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up. I appreciate you all coming by. Yeah, Delirious, I got you. I'm trying to teach you guys the right way, It's very... trading is all you versus yourself. And if you can't master yourself, starting with the mind, you're going to have trouble. Because at times where you need to be patient, like now, it's a test to your mental strength and your discipline. So work on that every day. And again, one thing that's important is physical exercise. If you go to the gym, if you don't go to the gym, start doing push-ups in the morning when you wake up. Start going for a run. Start a half a mile. Start a mile. Do something that you don't like to do repeatedly over and over and over again, because that is the only thing that's going to directly correlate to your trading. It's going to help your trading, because when you sit down and you're placing trades and you're thinking of a plan, you're not going to do stupid shit because your mind is in a different state. You're in control of yourself more. So, love you guys. I'll talk to you next week. Appreciate you all coming by. It means the world to me, as you all know. And yeah, stay smart. Don't be a dumbass. See you later.